It's just a sweet, quaint, sleepy little southern town. There's the Ava Gardner Museum. If you were to walk on the street, people would greet you. They would be polite and lovely. It's a great place to live, except for torture. I first heard about the CIA having an operation at the airport back in 1996. And then I didn't hear anything else about it till I got an email about a group of folks coming from St. Louis to deliver citizens' indictments. And that's where I learned about the practice of extraordinary rendition. At that first meeting in Raleigh, they made an announcement that they needed somebody to help them figure out where they actually could deliver these indictments to. And I'm a real estate agent who lives in the county, so I volunteered to do that because I know how to look up where people live. And I was shocked when I saw the names on that list. The pilots will come to work one day to Aero Contractors, get on a plane in Johnston County, fly up to Dulles Airport where they will get an additional snatch team, and then they go overseas to kidnap somebody for torture by proxy. Evidently, in a corporate aircraft, you can fly in and out of anywhere without any sort of checks. So nobody's like looking at their cargo, nobody's looking at anything. And these planes supposedly are specially upfitted with huge gas tanks, and the pilots are known to strap thousands of dollars to their legs to buy gas in remote airports. So it's all just really creepy. This is the gates of Aero. Oh, here comes a motorcycle guy. Oops, we'll get back a little bit. They're not the friendliest when you approach the gate. He's waiting for us to leave. You can come on, we don't bite. Hey, how are you? They know we're here. They act so guilty, don't they? I mean... So all of this is extra fencing that's gone up in the last couple of years. There's cameras. What was discussed when they decided to fence a place that was already fortified? Obviously, there's something nasty that happens out at Aero Contractors that they don't want anybody discovering, so they keep it fortified. We're in the thick of the Bible Belt. And one of the things about the Bible Belt is that there are a lot of very conservative Christians. They wrap their Bible in the American flag. And so they justify everything. We had one guy tell us at church that Jesus invented torture. It's like, what? I think they were smart in picking Johnston County and sort of setting it up the way they did, because it's so ingrained in the culture here that people think Aero Contractors is a great company. They're not interested in the dark side.
had black sites, we had secret prisons where unconscionable things were done. Certainly war crimes were committed. If we call this time of war, which is what President Bush did, George W. Bush did, these were war crimes. I find Americans either of one of two minds. Either they're for it, and polls show 51% of Americans are still for torture in extremis. That's against the law, domestic and international. And the second reason is because I think the political authorities are absolutely without guts. They don't have any courage. They do not want to deal with this.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Take that off of you. I don't want to
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for coming. These are the public hearings of the North Carolina Commission of Inquiry on Torture.
As I think everyone here knows, in the aftermath of the September 11th, 2001 attacks, our nation launched at the highest levels of the government a program of torture and abuse with the asserted aim of gathering intelligence from those that threatened to do us harm or had done us harm. It's a program that ultimately implicated North Carolina as well. And we are here today to learn what happened, try to understand why it happened, prevent it from happening again.
Torture is a delicate, dangerous, and deceptive thing. Just as torture has been practiced for centuries, so too have people opposed the use of torture. Torture can be stopped.
Wait, I could be wrong. It could be this one. I'm sorry.
When people find out that I'm involved in this, they offer bits of information, and so I'd write them down. And so I have this like little collection of names of people that were pilots.
This is it. This is the captain's house.
I think the tentacles of Aero Contractors is deep. Deep within the social fabric of this county. Yeah, it's true. I mean, these are well-respected people, and they are all very well insulated, and they protect each other, and they're prominent. Lamar Armstrong is a local attorney and businessman in Smithfield. He is one of the principals of Aero Contractors. Lamar gets a lot out of this business. I mean, he lives a fancy lifestyle. I knew Lamar in a different context. I used to deliver muffins every week to his office. Our kids played in sports together and band. Just because he is who he is doesn't mean I'm going to stop being who I am and shining the light on what I consider to be a darkness. As a mom and a longtime resident of Johnston County, I am appalled that nothing has been done and no investigation has been called for. I first met Christina at the very first Stop Torture Now meeting, and we've been partners in this endeavor for 12 years now. I think that none of us thought it would last this long. She's been the glue that's held it together.
To know that my government was treating people in that way and getting away with it because they were Muslim really made my blood boil. It became clear that the need for citizen action was ongoing, that our government was not going to respond by saying, oh, you're right, we should investigate, and that this was in fact a very deep and thorny problem. So our focus really became on our state government. They were the ones who had the ability to find out what was going on at the airport.
Thank you very much for giving us a chance to address you today. As you noticed at the beginning of the meeting, this is an issue that we feel strongly about. This is the issue of torture.
We went to the county commissioners meeting every month for over 2 years to ask them to investigate Aero Contractors.
Aero Contractors flies CIA crews around the world.
They just looked at us like with deer in headlights. Just investigate them. That's what we'd say. If we're wrong, we go away. What have you got to lose? But they didn't agree with that.
In the face of persistent inaction by the state and county authorities, we decided that there was good precedent for citizens taking matters into their own hands to conduct a truth commission, an inquiry.
We weren't able to get our elected officials to do anything, so we did it ourselves, by golly.
My name is Muhammad al-Salahi. On the 28th of November of 2001, I was kidnapped from my home, Mauritania. Inside the plane, I was very cold. I was laid on a sofa and the guards shackled me, most likely to the floor. Somebody started to rip my clothes with something like a pair of scissors. One of the team wrapped a diaper around my private parts. I was thinking about life in an American prison. I was thinking about documentaries I had seen about their prisons and the harshness with which they treat their prisoners. Ever since my release, I could never have a good night's sleep. I have so much pain and I have night terror. Every time I go to sleep, I find myself back in the same cell.
Mr. Slahi, we don't have the power to lock anybody up. We don't have the power to order people to pay you money for what was done to you. But we can call for action. I'm wondering if we were able to persuade the government to apologize to you. Would that have any value for you?
I want much less than that. I want them to let me be. I am still imprisoned by the United States of America. They denied me my passport. They denied me my medical treatment. I cannot go seek my medical treatment because the United States government said we do not accept you to go there.
The afternoon's witnesses, and the commission would like to first call Allison Kaysen to testify.
It's really simple when I think about why I became involved in this project. As a mom of two boys, I like to think that if my two boys were kidnapped, rendered, and tortured, that there'd be another mom out there where they were, like me, trying to end an injustice that starts in my neighborhood. I don't think that I'm on the wrong side of morality here, and I'm sorry if I think that they are, but it's insidious. You know, it's, how can I think this about my neighbor? So I don't want to think about this guy that I've been at the cocktail party with, that he's involved in this. I think Stop Torture Now has made great strides in educating North Carolinians about rendition and North Carolina's role in it. And in that awareness, we have facilitated some folks to change their mind. Will they come out and join us? Probably not. Do we think it's worth the effort? I think that all of us in Stop Torture Now would say, yes, we do. The fact that it'll be an official record, that's what I'm looking for. I don't have big expectations that this report will close down Aero Contractors. I still hear the planes fly overhead. I still think about the people in the cages. They're still in the cages. Until they're not in the cages anymore, it's still an issue.